Jrue Holiday was a Portland Trailblazer for 3 days and now is a Boston Celtic. The Celtics are trading Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, a 2024 Golden State Warriors first-round pick, and a 2029 unprotected Boston first-round pick to the Portland Trailblazers. In exchange, they are receiving Jrue Holiday. Very, very interesting trade, kind of out of nowhere on this Sunday. Sunday's supposed to be all about football, and now we see the Celtics and Blazers shake things up. This trade to me is very interesting. On the surface level, it kind of seems like the Celtics are overpaying for this, but in my opinion, I think it is somewhat warranted. We're going to get into both sides of this trade. I think for the Trailblazers, this is absolutely amazing. Let's get started talking about this. So for the Celtics, the reason I don't think this is so much overpay, I mean, if you said it was overpay, I wouldn't hate that you say that, but hear me out. So for the Boston Celtics, let's just take a look at the tenure of Jason and Jalen. I mean, this is very important to take into account considering you just gave the both of them massive extensions. In 2020, the bubble, you guys go to the conference finals. An insane Bam Adebayo block stunts the growth and the willingness to make the NBA finals. You guys lose to the Miami Heat in 6 games. Then in 2021, you make it to the NBA finals. You beat the Miami Heat in 7 games, an absolute insane series. However, Jason Tatum underperforms and you guys fall just short of the NBA finals. You go 4-2 and lose to the Golden State Warriors. Then fast forward to this last year, you guys go down 3-1 to the Miami Heat, who you've seen 3 times in the last 4 years in the conference finals. And then you shock the world and come back. You make it 3-3. Jason Tatum gets hurt in the first couple minutes. Malcolm Brogdon was hurt as well. And you guys end up getting blown out on your home court in Game 7, and you do not make the NBA Finals. So now with all of that in mind, it makes a little bit of sense to me that the general manager, Brad Stevens, is saying it's time to win now. We need to put all our eggs on the table and just go for this. It explains the Kristaps Porzingis move, and now it explains this move. I mean, you think about it. Jrue Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, and then the center position, I guess, is Al Horford. I don't know how much they're going to want to be starting him during the regular season due to his age. Obviously, we're going to probably see a slight dip in production as he's turning 37. I think Jrue Holiday complements this team insanely well, especially because with the acquisition of Malcolm Brogdon in the past, they brought him in to be able to knock down threes, play defense, and distribute the ball, and Jrue Holiday does all of those things at an elite level. Even though he is a bit up there in age, he is still a phenomenal point guard and one of the league's most tenacious defenders. It does suck to lose out on someone like Robert Williams, especially in the Eastern Conference when you have the Joel Embiids, you have the Giannis Antetokounmpos. If you make the finals, you might be seeing a Nikola Jokic. Robert Williams is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA who doesn't get enough coverage. I think it's because he kind of plays the game at a smarter level more than a flashy level. His timing is amazing. His ability and help defense is amazing. When Al and Robert are both on the floor, the Boston Celtics have had one of the best defenses in the last 4 or 5 years or so. And as for the loss of Malcolm Brogdon, I don't want to sound like a guru or a genie and say that I saw this coming. However, if you guys have been keeping up with the Boston media, you would see that Malcolm Brogdon posed himself as a little bit unhappy, and I guess I get that. All in all, if we go back all the way to 2016, they made the conference finals. 2017, they made the conference finals. 2020, they made the conference finals. 2021 and 2022, they made the conference finals. That's 5 finals visits, guys, in the last 7 years, and only 1 real NBA final visit to show for it. So if you're the Boston Celtics, I think this is something that had to be done. All in all, I think this is a good trade. Now, the Portland Trailblazers. I think this trade is absolutely perfect for a Portland Trailblazers fan. You get off Jrue Holiday's $36 million deal before it becomes a problem at the deadline. You don't kind of have this half and half wishy-washy season. You acquire 2 amazingly talented role players that are perfect at knowing their role in Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. And just like the trade for Damian Lillard, you kind of reacquire so many assets. You get those 2 first-round picks then obviously the one in 2029 is unprotected. And who's to say how good the Boston Celtics are going to be in 2029? This trade to me is just really great. DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams on the floor together may pose as an issue for the shooting. However, if they are getting reps together and playing together, I think the defensive ceiling of this team is going to levitate. I think DeAndre Ayton's personal defensive rating and defensive stats is going to go up a lot. It's really going to be good for, I thought the acquisition of Jrue Holiday would be good for that backcourt, you know, with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons, but I think Malcolm Brogdon will still do a very good job of helping these guys kind of learn some more things. Matisse Thybulle is also another great piece that they've already had on this roster, defensively speaking. Honestly, guys, I think for the Trailblazers, this was a really, really solid move. I think it just makes them more of a middle of the pack, not contender and not playoff appearance. But if you're a Trailblazers fan with this roster, you have so many notable names that, one, if you made the play-in, I guess I wouldn't be insanely shocked. I guess it depends on how great or good Scoot Henderson is going to be. But the point I'm trying to make is if you are a Portland Trailblazers fan, you are not going to be dreading watching every game. I think Chauncey Billups is going to have a lot of fun coaching this team and kind of just figuring out where people should be. I think for the first 20 to 30 games of the season with this team, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a lot of trying Robert Williams here. Is Malcolm Brogdon starting? Is he a sixth man? How is Jeremy Grant going to play into this after getting, you know, the big superstar extension? There's a lot to figure out if you're both of these teams. What do you guys think? Who's the winner? Who's the loser of this trade? I tried getting this video out as fast as possible to you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.